With more than 17,000 children across Arizona in out-of-home care, Arizona's Children's Association works to recruit, train, and license qualified individuals to provide a safe, secure environment for children in the custody of the Department of Child Safety. Dave Quist is here to tell us why you should become one of those trusted people in a child's life. Dave, thanks so much for coming back.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Now, I feel like sometimes we throw numbers out and it sounds like a stat and people are like, yeah, I get it, 17,000 people. But I love that you really put it in a way we can understand. Because I did mention before the break, think about 17,000 people.
That was good. I like that, yeah.
And if you put a child's face to each of those, that really kind of hits home. And I said more than 17,000. Do you have more of a hard number for me?
I think it's like 17,028.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's how many children when we say in out-of-home care. What does that mean?
It's children who are not living with their families. That number is statewide.
Yeah.
So we're talking about children who may be in group homes or in shelter. They're in foster families, or they might be in like an unlicensed relative home. Maybe somebody's sister is taking care of their kids, a cousin, aunt, uncle, something like that. And I'm a visual person, so that's why I like those statistics. So when you think about that 17,028 kids, that's greater than the population of Douglas.
Right, so really put that into perspective. That is more than the population of Douglas. Or if we're going to kind of give it that, take it into real life scenario, it's greater than the population of Bisbee and Benson combined.
Yeah, almost double the population of those two cities combined.
So really, I mean, if you really think about that, how many children, and each of those lives, each one of those children, they're going to need something, and a lot of us can step up. So that's where that 17,028. Now, I know I was saying in general, but let's break it down just a little bit. What's the number of children that are being raised by their grandparents?
Well, I wanted to mention really quickly that 17,000 number is actually less than it was last time we were talking. It was like 18,000 something. So there has been a slight decrease, which is great. However, the number of kids that are being cared for by their grandparents statewide has gone up. That's actually more than 76,000 at this point, which by 2014 standards is greater than the population of Flagstaff, Arizona.
Again, really think about that.
Yeah.
And so we're good numbers. We're seeing that the total number is going down, but the number for the grandparents is going up. Why do you think that is?
It's hard to say. The family income for people in Arizona has gone down over the last 5 years by about $7,200.
Yeah.
And so I assume that has something to do with it. Arizona's economy maybe isn't bouncing back as quickly as some other states. But we do have organizations such as CARE, one of the agencies that we work with, that helps grandparents with training and education, support groups. They help them get cash assistance, TANF, food stamps, things like that. They're at 220 East Speedway. Their number is 323-4476, a great agency to work with. And
so we're talking about how people can help. And I know, let's actually do one more stat before we get to how people can help. Let's break it down age-wise also, and the breakdown of the ages within that big number that we keep talking about. Right,
so the number one age group for kids that are in out-of-home care is 1 to 5. That's the biggest need. And then the next group is the teenagers, the 13 to 17-year-olds.
And I think giving these children, look at that number one age group, 1 to 5, giving them kind of a good start going into adulthood and then going into high school, and hopefully, we're as an end game, we're looking for a high school diploma, graduation. Right. And why is that so important?
Kids that graduate high school tend to be healthier. They tend to have higher incomes. Women who are healthier, obviously, and are better educated, tend to have healthier babies. So it really has an impact on the future generation.
And I know you mentioned a little bit earlier about, the income going down, and maybe that's affecting some of these numbers. Is that also maybe a reason for someone to get licensed?
Yeah, I mean, we don't like to put it in terms of, doing it for the money, because it doesn't work out to be much. But anybody who's raised children can tell you that it's expensive. And so every little bit of reimbursement or assistance that somebody can get, they should absolutely be entitled to. And sometimes there's a stigma attached to it, but you want to give these kids everything that you can.
And so what we're looking for, of course, is for people to step up, become licensed,
Absolutely.
become one of those safe, secure places that these children can be at until we figure out where their path or their journey may lead us. And in order for you guys to continue this great work, you guys have fundraisers, and you have one that's coming up in December that's huge.
Right. We do one in every year in December. It's called the Penny Pitch. And as the title suggests, we just collect change. People bring whatever change they have available and donate it. There are auctions for items. I think I volunteered briefly at the one last year, and there were like guitar straps. There was an autographed guitar. I don't remember whose it was. But they also auctioned off some tickets for Country Thunder. So something like that. And folks can come down there and volunteer their time to answer the phones.
Now we say penny pitch, but you can also donate dollars.
Absolutely. We like the kind that folds. Too.
Yeah, we love the green. We're not saying we don't love the green. I'm going to remind them the dates that the penny pitch is going on, how they can get involved, and just any day, anytime they want more information, how to get involved, more on these children, how they can also reach out to you guys. Dave, these numbers, they're not just numbers. I love the way you really hit home with them. So a reminder, everyone, about the Penny Pitch put on by Arizona's Children Association on December 20th through the 22nd. Monies collected are actually used for emergency funds. To learn more or for volunteer information, please visit arizonaschildren.org or call 318-4882 extension 1567.